Well, good morning, everybody. Just going live here on Rock 102.1 KFMA. Look at MC Powers in the building. And obviously, we have the picture in the background of the slap heard around the world. We've been talking about all morning long. We've been showcasing different clips and audio of everything that's been going on.
Like every break.
Yes, every break. I mean, it's one of those things where it makes the job easy and difficult at the same time.
Yes.
Because, like, we have to talk about it every hour because that's what people, are talking about right now. And it was a big enough story where we could have just talked about it in the 6 o'clock hour, but then people in the 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock hour would have been like, why aren't they mentioning this Will Smith smack? So it's like, it is a little bit of Groundhog's Day. We just keep unpacking everything that happened, a little bit of the gossip, what led to it, and of course, getting people's opinions on what side they are on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very staunchly team Chris Rock on this one. Like, I do not believe. I don't care what the excuse is. And I know the people have been calling in all morning long saying Will Smith defending his wife's honor, blah, 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 blah. So a lot of people are all about Will Smith. And it'll be interesting to see those kind of popularity polls. And there's a name for it that rates how liked you are, how likable you are. There's a whole science to it. And it'll be interesting to see if his rating goes up and he's more likable because of what he did.
I think so. Better than being known for crying, right? He just
cried again, though.
Yeah, but that's fine. You're supposed to cry. That was as emotional as it gets. And then he won. Here's why I love the Oscars. I do love the Oscars. Real quick, you're watching the most important moment of someone's life for real.
I know.
Like winning that title at WrestleMania. That is their dream come true. They did it. And it's authentic, even if it is like best boy grip one. He's the best.
Right.
So I love that stuff.
But
so that was marred a bit.
As we said, as we said at the show open, which we streamed on our Facebook pages as well this morning, is that I felt like it took away from his lifelong goal of achieving an Oscar for Best Actor.
It did.
It marred his night, and there will forever be controversy surrounding it. And there is still a very strong possibility, whether you agree or not, that they have that Oscar taken away from him.
No.
Again, I said whether you agree or not, because you haven't read into it at all, Powers, and that's fine. But the fact of the matter is there was a code of conduct that the Oscars implemented in 2017. A lot of it had to do with the Me Too era. And the fact that he assaulted Chris Rock on stage means that he violated a lot of the code of conduct.
He definitely did.
And in that print, they say you could absolutely get your awards taken away if you violate this conduct. So same thing like Harvey Weinstein, right? Violated the code of conduct. I think he could have his awards taken away or have had his awards taken away. So to do this, it's not sexual assault, but it's assault, right? There's no disputing that. Chris Rock didn't welcome it, didn't want it.
Well, he's not pressing charges. That got brought up because the LAPD to be like, we have received a call about an incident between two African-American male individuals at the Academy Awards, and had to release a statement. The one individual is not pressing charges.
No, I know. And police responded, what? There's African-Americans at the Academy Awards.
Exactly.
We'll be right there.
That's what I was, right?
Right. So, Anthony said, dude slaps Rock and then says he wants to be a vessel of love. Exactly. I mean, the irony there, the hypocrisy. Shelly says, haha, it was a publicity stunt. The ratings were dropping. This is, again, we were breaking down all the different things that the internet is saying. And they're so quick to say these things. And yes, you could say, oh, yeah, this was all planned and just all for the sake of Oscars. But like they give a shit. You think Chris Rock gives a shit about the Oscars being popular? I mean, he'll take the gig, but at the end of the day, there's no skin in the game.
Right. Anyone that thinks this is a work, because wrestling, right? It's a work. What do they gain from this?
Yeah.
They both come out looking worse. No one wins in this, really. Like, this is what happened. The Academy Awards would not want this. This is a black eye on that whole night because now no one's talking about this stuff. Why do you think that everything is a conspiracy?
I know.
It's absurd.
That's the internet for you. So Vegan Negan is, actually, I don't agree with this first one. It's like, yes, you could say that it's sign of that damage. But if she says that she has alopecia, then we have alopecia, then we have no reason to not believe her on that.
Don't quote him. He's full of this
He's
guy.
not always full of bull, but
yes.
yes.
I read a lot of. He's full of a lot of it.
Right.
Nonsense.
Appear to be swingers. Jada, nice. I mean, it's more than swingers too. The whole thing over the last 10 years has been kind of like the decline and rise of Will Smith. I only say rise because that King Richard was a return to form, and it was a fantastic movie to which he did a fantastic job and actually deserves the Oscar for it. And I was saying this 6 months ago when I saw it.
Yeah.
And it changed my tune on Will Smith as an actor, because I thought the movie choices he was making was garbage, and I thought he was a one-note actor. But then he reminded me that he actually has a couple tricks up his sleeve when it comes to performing. But with that said, it kind of took away all that by his actions, and his actions, in my mind, in my opinion alone,
Right.
all right, was that as a reaction to his wife basically goading him on. He laughed at the joke, which we all saw, and then he looked over at his wife, and his wife probably shot him a death glare, one that shook him to his core, and one that he's probably seen before. And he's like, ah, shit. And then immediately it triggered him to assault a comedian for telling a joke at an award show in front of hundreds of millions of people. That's facts. Those are facts. That, he assaulted a comedian on an award show for telling a joke in front of hundreds of millions of people.
Yeah. Again, I'm going to say, like, this wasn't business. This was personal. People see red. Like, and you keep talking about, like, I've been watching Will Smith and this and that and the decline. And then you watch this and yeah, maybe that was finally the line. It was too much, because what happened there for a moment, he felt like he got punked out. Well, then I'm going to punk him out.
Yeah.
And that's why you saw Chris Rock want to fire back, because he got punked.
I don't think he felt like that. Again, his first reaction was his reaction. That
he's chuckling at even the previous stuff happening. Like, it's even just, you're there, he's laughing, and he went right into that thing. It wasn't long. Like, he's laughing at still some of the other stuff Chris Rock's saying, and that's part of it. You ever just in a room and then someone says something and you're like processing it go time it. What was that, 2 seconds? You're saying like he was laughing as if it was like 30 seconds of him laughing, and then he gets up and it's like, well, that's awkward. He reacted pretty immediately to the situation.
Wasn't that immediate?
Pretty immediately.
Right. I heard you the first time.
Right.
I disagree.
I disagree with your disagreement.
Right.
But that's why this is good, because if we were just two, like, I agree with you, this wouldn't be a fun show or fun radio. I like that we actually have two.
That's cool.
Thanks.
Yes, they get it.
Well, you were sitting there saying that.
Yeah. No. Well, hold on. Yeah. Well, I got to sign into the Twitter account to pull up some of these videos unedited. Oh, we're on. Jesus. Rock 102.1 KFMA. It's a podcast broadcast, and we're just having a spirited debate. You can join us on the Facebook page or on youtube.com/beefvegan, or keep it right here, because we're breaking down the Oscars, Will Smith, what team you're on, yada, yada. It doesn't stop. And we'll probably even replay the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air's theme song. If you haven't heard it, Powers just did it in a 2-take, Jake. Kind of segment. Yeah, 2 takes. Again. Powers. He came in confident like he could do this parody write-up that he made up last night that we were reworking on all morning. He thought he could just spit it out and hit the notes.
See, it was so
all
good.
In one take.
He's trying to cut me out. He's trying to cut my legs out from under me. He's supposed to give you the go sign because I don't have the timer. That's all. So he screwed up. It was really Beef screw up. It's okay. It's all right, buddy.
All right, that's enough. It got very wordy. Save it for the rap songs. All right, more Beef Vegan Presents coming up after Puddle of Mud. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Clear. All right, so I wonder how long we had dead air. Yeah, it happens. Let's see. Whoops. Shelly says Beef is in the left corner, Powers in the right. Who will be the victor? Oh, okay.
That's right. Ding ding.
Yeah. This thing is also weird since Jada never stepped up to defend. He's just like, nope. I mean, as soon as you see vegan
read
eating,
these things. They're
nope.
Nonsense.
No, some of it. There's.
See, I like what Mandy's talking about. Like, so what are they distracting us from? Because people are like, oh, they do this stuff, right? Someone wrote to me, this is what they did at that Super Bowl. This was to distract us. Right. This is so the media, we're all distracted from what, the war? Or is this why the guy from Foo Fighters died? Was it to distract us? Things happen.
Yeah.
They just happen. And those people are people.
I know.
People do things.
Right. I will say this, though, too, because there was all different types of headlines talking about Will Smith apologized during his speech. He never apologized to Chris Rock. He apologized
He apologized to the Academy.
To the Academy, right? But
and
not to
everyone
the
else,
person
but not
that
to
he
Chris Rock,
slapped.
because he doesn't like him.
Yeah, again, for what reason? Like, there's plenty of pictures, and I mean, even probably the red carpet. There's Buddy, and he was leaving laughing at his jokes. There is people saying that there was a long-standing beef, right? Pun intended. That Chris Rock made jokes about Jada years back, and this was the bad blood brewing between the two. But I watched back the jokes in question, and this was at the 2016 or 17 Oscars, and Jada Smith, Pinkett Smith, and Will Smith weren't there. And Chris Rock made a joke saying that Jada Pinkett Smith boycotted the Oscars, but Jada didn't star in any movies this year, and she has a TV show. And that's like, Chris Rock said, that's like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. I wasn't invited, right? That's the joke. That's the extent of it. If that is worth holding a grudge on for 4 years, just waiting for him to slip up again and cross that line.
So now, again, that's the one that was on a microphone somewhere once. Yes. Ever think that these guys, again, in the high school, that's Hollywood and celebrity, especially Black Hollywood, as you pointed out, which is even smaller group, right? It might just be there sitting somewhere. You know what I don't like about that Will Smith is this. And then that just gets back to him. People just cannot like each other. Like,
I know, but I don't
that's
think
legit.
I don't think Chris Rock is that kind of person to where he disliked Will Smith. I mean, I never heard anything to that.
Oh, look at Vegan says again. I don't know anything about Jada. Vegan. So again, you're wrong again. You're just always wrong on here.
You're like, I don't know anything about it, but you're wrong.
Yeah.
You don't know that.
Like,
I didn't see it, but
bunch of nonsense. He's just typing nonsense. Brutal.
Well, I mean, let me double check. I'll look at his comments to see how nonsensical it is. But all right, let me pull up this here. There's so many things to talk about, and I want to show some of these videos, and we'll go unedited here on the podcast broadcast stream with whatever we're allowed to, and not get booted off for copyright infringement. But a lot of these streams, see, they got all the unedited stuff because it's streamed globally.
Yeah.
Right. So it's streamed to Japan and Australia, even during the commercials, as Powers was pointing out off air. So we seen everything there. It was nuts and it was chaotic. So, all right, we got 7 seconds. Get on there. Rock 102.1 KFMA, Beef Vegan presents. It's the Will Smith Show. I'm Team Rock. Powers is Team Will Smith. And a lot of our listeners are Team Will Smith. But what say you? 600 KFMA, 600-5362. Do you believe, with your tinfoil hat, that this was all an elaborate ruse to get us to say, hey, we love the Oscars. We knew nobody watched the movies nominated for the Oscars this year. We knew movies got snubbed that people like and movies got nominated that people disliked. All right. And people are not watching the Oscars anymore. Every year, it's a brand new low of people viewing the Oscars. Now, all of a sudden, you commit a misdemeanor assault live on television and people are buzzing.
Yeah.
So you think it was staged? You think Chris Rock would take a hard hit from a 6'2", 6'3", 250-pound jacked up Will Smith for the sake of the Oscars?
Yeah.
You think so?
No, he would never do that. He looks like a punk.
Right. Like, at what point, you think about Chris Rock's perspective on this, and you nailed it right there, Powers. He looked like a punk. Right. And he, when Will Smith was like, keep my wife's name out your blank mouth, Chris Rock's like, I am. I'm not saying anything. Right. He got punked out.
Well, because it got real, because he's like, dude, all right.
Yeah.
Like, where all of a sudden everyone starts acting like a normal person in a room.
Yes. And anyone who's ever had a bully or anyone who's ever been punked out, and a lot of us have, it's a part of growing up. And there's maniacs out there, and you'll come across people who are just stronger and tougher than you, and there's nothing physically you could do against them. And that's a position, that feeling is such a deep down in your gut. It's such a helpless, disgusting feeling. You hate that feeling. So why on God's green earth would Chris Rock volunteer his services for the Oscars to feel like that, or to look like that, or to be perceived like that to an entire world.
Also, the Illuminati could back the truck up of baby adrenaline that he probably drinks because he's a celebrity.
Right.
Right. So, obviously he needs that. Or they probably paid him money because that'll solve anything. Just whatever fits your narrative.
Exactly. So the point is, crazy conspiracy talk. So yeah, there is no argument that you could make that could state that Chris Rock, for any reason, would volunteer his services for the Oscars to put himself in this position to be physically violated. So you have to know this. And I know you guys are going to have friends, whether you believe it was staged, you're wrong. If you have friends that believe it was staged,
they're wrong.
They're wrong. All right. And you have to know this because the question is, why would Chris Rock do this to himself?
Right.
And the answer is he wouldn't.
Right.
Simple as that.
He even held back here and said, I could.
Right.
Like he wanted to either say something or he knows, like, I know I could take him, wouldn't be afraid to do it.
Chris Rock, no, he's a comedian. He can't take anyone. He knows he can't. He probably never won a fist fight in his life. Remember, Chris Rock was 90 pounds, wet and wearing boots his entire adult life. He only started filling out in his 50s, but he's still 50, hasn't even, hasn't fought anyone. We do have a caller, so I'll take one phone call in the air real quick, see what happens. Rock 1, 2.1, who's this?
Diego.
Yeah, Diego. What's your opinion on this?
Don't curse.
Yeah, don't curse. You're on the air.
No. I'm not. I know. I'm not gonna curse, but I don't think Chris Rock got punked out. Chris Rock was just being professional about it.
That's true.
That's all I think he was. He didn't get punked out. He's just being professional about it.
That's that. And you know what? That's super nice. And you're showing respect for Chris Rock. And and I think a lot of people will see that and be like, yeah, respect to you. You still did your job. And you kind of took that hit like a man.
Yeah.
But he was kind of choked up. I'm going to replay the audio here in a little bit. You could tell.
I thought he was choked up. I think he was more like surprised, like what the fuck just happened. He was just more like what happened? What just happened? I think that was him.
Yeah.
That was his reaction.
I did.
Come on, man. Will Smith needs to learn how to take a joke, I guess. But
for sure. And like I said, I'm team Chris Rock on this, so I agree with you, Diego. But a lot of people that
I'm team Chris Rock.
Yeah, that's good. Me and you against everybody else because it seems like everyone else is team Will Smith. I'll play back some of those calls. I appreciate your call, Diego. Thanks for weighing in.
Thank you.
No problem. Didn't mean to hang up on him abruptly, but that's all right. We're keeping the conversation going on the podcast broadcast stream. We'll be back here live on Rock 1 2.1. I felt like that was a good place to end it. Like I was going to say something else and then not. Like, then I'm gone. And I'm done. All right. So
here's the thing. Even though I am like team Will Smith in a way, like I'm also not. Because Chris Rock, he was super professional, did a great job, obviously, in that situation, right, with whatever's going on. And yeah, I understand Chris Rock 100%. He's just making jokes. He's just up there firing out jokes.
That's it.
And like who knows? There is obviously, I think, like I say, a lot of behind the scenes stuff. You don't know what people actually think or say about each other.
That's speculating, but let's just keep focusing on surface. Focus on the surface of what we know. And then, they could try to say that, Chris Rock one time at a party said this, blah, 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 blah. But no, full uncensored. Here we go. This is what I want. We're going to have to go small screen. Hopefully we don't get booted from our stream or get any copyright infringements. I don't think we will.
Yeah, it's too early, I think.
Well,
it's a live thing.
Well, this was what you're seeing here is, I think, the Japanese thing. So, okay. I think we're going to get just the tail end of the joke. But let me make this smaller screen first, just so we're good, right? Because that's YouTube laws.
Mm-hmm.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
There it is. All right. There it is. There it is right there. Okay,
chuckle, just a smile that he's had on his plastic face the whole time.
Smile, clap, right? Now, Jada Smith, not like, I mean, she wore a pretty big dress, so I guess you can't get too close to her. But look at the distance there, and they're sitting there, and she is pointing towards them. There is some kind of whatever. I'm not going to break down the psychology of that, but I will look at the difference in faces. Okay, Jada. If anyone has a problem with Chris Rock, okay,
right, so it's just hit her.
It's just her. It is just her,
and it just hit her. She's starting to change her expression here.
No, I mean immediately. In fact, actually, if they would have shown,
Can't wait to see
let's
it.
see.
All right.
Look,
Okay.
still smiling.
Right.
So it does. Right.
All right. That's the first thing. Right. He's laughing and clapping. She rolls her eyes. Boom. And that's the oh, I want to fuck you up look. Right now. Now this is Will. Right. Will's just like, yeah, we're in the Academy Awards. This is going to be the greatest night of my life. I am favorite to win the best actor Oscar, something I've been trying to do for 2.5 decades, working very hard to achieve that goal. Tonight is my night. I'm going to be in the same category as Sidney Poitier, who is my idol, Denzel Washington, who is my idol. I'm going to be appear among them. It's a great night. Everything's good. But then as soon as she starts steaming, what you don't see is they cut back to Chris Rock. What you don't see is the look over at Will. And then once he smiling like, ha, 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 and she catches him smiling and laughing at this and then gives the look back, he's like, oh, shit, this is what I got to do. I got to do this, right?
There it is, does that. So now they've made eye contact.
That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here.
So there you go. Now
he's already up. So that was about 4 seconds.
5. I would say 5, but you're right. So he's like, ha ha ha. That's enough time for her to look over. He see this, and then
then her to do. Oh wait, I'm not on there. You got to do the thing. You got to do the Undertaker thing.
Oh, like this.
She looks at him and does that
pretty much with the eyes,
or give him the royal thumbs down.
Right. He said royal thumbs down. Yes, everything's a wrestling reference for Powers. All right. So, but yes, the royal thumbs down. Okay,
that's history. Wrestling stole it from Caesar.
Yes, it did. But wrestling did it, right? And I'm talking about evolution. All right. Anyways, see, I let him know. I'm like, I'm geeking out with you, but at the same time, let's not geek out too hard on that. All right. So let's continue. So about 5 seconds passes. Jada shoots Will the look, and then he goes up.
Richard.
Now he's got his head down, right? I want to try to read body language on this. If you were going to look, so he gets up. And he's looking down and he's basically telling himself, like, I got to do this. This is what I have to do. All right. I got to go home with this lady, and if she's pissed now, if I just let that slide, I don't care if I win all the Oscars. I'm sleeping on the couch, man. She is going to make my life hell or something. I'm never going to hear the end of it if I don't step up. Now, a little bit about Jada Pinkett Smith. A lot of people forget, man. She grew up in the gangster era. She was best friends with Tupac. She can throw down. She knows what she's doing there. And Will Smith was always kind of self-conscious about the fact that he was the soft rapper in Jada's circles. Like him and Tupac Shakur had a thing, and he was jealous of Tupac Shakur because Tupac Shakur essentially could have stole Jada away at any moment because he was the hardcore alpha, and he was perceived as not the alpha. He was the softcore beta rapper. I know. It's true. All right, here we go.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Do it again.
Wow. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Yeah. Yes, he did. And, being the legend that Chris Rock is, and just anyone who's been in a situation like this, who has a sense of humor, is basically always fought against bullying with jokes, as Chris Rock would.
Yeah.
Instantly had a funny joke to say right after it. Now, the internet's going to say, oh, see, that proves it was staged.
That wasn't a funny joke.
No, that was a straight up, hey, Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me. Yeah.
So can I bring something up?
Please.
Have you ever had someone just slap you in the face when you're not a situation like that? Like it's a fight or whatever, and you got it's out of nowhere that someone just and slaps you right across the face.
Yes.
Okay. What did you do?
Right. It depends on the situation.
No. In reality, has this happened to you?
No, there's been several situations.
So what did you do?
One time just took it because I would have got murdered.
Mm-hmm.
Another time, I immediately swung back and went into a scrap. So, those are the two situations.
What was the other one? So the one where you scrap back, was that a total stranger? What caused it?
No, that was somebody that I knew in high school who tried to just fight me. And it came up, and instead of punching me, they slapped me first. And that was the mistake, because then I punched.
Sure.
And then I won the fight.
All right.
But the other situation, guy slapped me, and I was outweighed and outmuscled, and there was nothing I could do but just swallow it and take it.
Sure.
And honestly, unless you're ever in that situation, you don't understand the fucking heaviness, the rock that weighs in your stomach and your gut, and how long that lasts for. It lasts a long ass time.
So I have a funny situation. I have a friend, you know him. It's the Volcano. He's been on the show from time to time, but Carlin. All right. One time, when I moved back here, he was really weird about me moving back. I don't know why. And he would even do this thing. He was like, oh, look who's moving back to Arizona. Frank Powers. Big deal. This is my best friend.
Yeah.
Okay. We're moving a couch and we can't get it through the door. He's getting frustrated. And I'm like, it fits. That's how we got in here. No, this is not right. He's getting hot. I'm like, would you trust me? Hang on.
Right.
He puts the couch down. I'm still holding it. And he slaps me in the face. And I'm just stunned.
Yeah.
Not feeling like a beta or whatever. I'm like, what did he just do? Did my friend just slap me in the face? And I was more stunned by the situation and kind of thought it was funny as that I'm looking at him. He's like, I'm like, are you good? You want to lift that couch up? And I was like, okay. And then lift it up, and then we fixed it and whatever. He did that to me another time, where you really think that you know what you're going to do. You don't know what you're going to do when you're getting slapped in the face.
That's a terrible friend.
I know. He's an idiot. He's the worst. But it was really interesting. And that was kind of the predicament he's my friend, so I can't just attack him. I'm not mad.
What's the
It
morals?
was more funny. I'm like, what? But
that's one way to react to it.
Everyone that says, if he had done this to me, I would have. Right. No, you wouldn't. You don't know what you would have done unless you've been in the situation, because it's stunning.
You wouldn't have presented the next award, that's for sure. Let's go to the phones. Rock 1 2.1. Who's this?
Hey, Beef. Sorry, it's Diego again.
Hey, Diego.
No, I'm calling because the radio.
Oh, what's up?
Earlier when I called and commented about the Chris Rock thing.
Yeah, you dropped the F-bomb.
Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. I know I was gonna be on live, literally.
Yeah, it's all good.
But one thing too that I also want to mention, I just didn't get to mention because I was on the radio and I got all nervous. But one thing that really grinds my gears, man, is when everybody says. I hate when people say that things are set up. They say everything is set up.
I know. That's the
you know, they're trying to say that. Even when it comes to sports, I've been talking to sports dude, that thing was set up.
Right.
I'm like, oh my god, dude, you're annoying.
Yes.
People are annoying now. People are annoying nowadays with this whole. It's set up.
It's the age of fake news, dude. We don't believe what we see in front of our very eyes, and there are deep fakes and things like that, but. There's no winning it. Even if you see it in person, there's just you'll have the person right behind you being like, "That ain't real. That's a hologram."
Yep.
So it's nonsense. Diego. I got to get back on there, but I appreciate you bringing that point up, dude. I agree. It's
all right, man.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
All right, have a good day.
You too. All right, so Diego calling back again.
Mm-hmm.
Losing a fight sucks for sure. Getting in a fight sucks. In that situation, Chris Rock couldn't swing on Will Smith because Will Smith is a giant of a man. And, this is how stunned he was. Just the fact that he had to continue to present an award for best documentary.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
Now
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay?
I'm going to, okay? This is, I wish they showed Jada in this situation because
she
honestly,
wasn't in the shot.
I blame Nat. I blame her. Let's go back on here. Rock 1 2.1. Yeah, I said it.
Maybe that's the thing. So hot take. Here's your hot take. Are you on team Will Smith? Are you on team Chris Rock? Who does Beef blame?
Jada.
Boom. There it is.
Yeah,
That's cold as ice.
no, I mean, she's been messing with his emotional and mental well-being. It seems like a toxic relationship. The way that she outed her extramarital affair and then confronted him about it on the Red Talk. This whole last like 10 years has been really disturbing and difficult to follow along. The relationship that is Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, and if you even include their religion on top of that, because I know Scientology gets a bad rap and it's weird. It's definitely, look, at the end of the day, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith aren't representing Scientology well. Whether you think Scientology is a great religion or not, as representatives of Scientology, it's not a good look, man.
No, it's not.
Yeah, so I would blame that. It's super toxic. And,
Careful.
well, I mean, no, that's my opinion. So I am blaming. I know what it's like to spot and be in toxic relationships, and it just seems like it's a man that's kind of pushed over the edge for whatever reason. And I think Will Smith possibly. I know that Jada is the mother of 2 of his children. I just feel like that Will Smith will possibly be better off emotionally and mentally out of that relationship and moving forward. Because it doesn't look like, even on the night of his life. In fact, it's like, look, Jada Pinkett Smith knows why she's there. She's there in support of her husband and father of her kids to win the first ever Oscar of his career, the biggest moment of his professional life. She knows why he's there.
Yeah, you should back off because she didn't actually do anything wrong. So let's not actually make it sound like she did something wrong.
I think it was the look, and then it triggered him.
No, that you can't blame.
Okay,
her for
I'm
that.
speculating.
Yeah, don't blame her for that. You don't want to blame her at all. I think Will Smith. This is Will Smith's fault. Honestly, it is Will Smith's fault. He did this. That's it.
He did it because.
Yeah, but
you're not in a position to say. You said pimp slap, and that is incredibly offensive. In fact, actually, I have this little song that you did. Right, I gotta do this one take, Jake.
What's that?
That's a fucking industry saying. Be one take, Jake.
Yeah.
All right, here we go, Jake.
I got none.
Let's do it, Jake.
Thank you. Give me the thing. So this
You
is
missed it.
you gotta give it. I asked you twice. Give me the thing. Give me that.
That's what the thing means. You pointed me. The thing. Okay. I'm gonna give you the thing. Get ready. And what the thing is?
That's the thing.
Yeah, you're like my girlfriend saying no, not that right. That right. Here's the thing.
So this is a story all about now. My wife got dissed, I'll tell you how. I'm gonna take a cheap shot, just stand right there. I have to slap Chris Rock over my wife with no hair.
Oh.
At the Academy Awards, I was set to be praised after playing King Richard in his younger days. Sitting down, smiling, red carpet was cool, surrounded by friends like back in high school, when one little guy said more than he should. G.I. Jane 2, that joke is no good. Got out of my seat and a crowd got a scare. Chris Rock joked that Jada's ain't got no hair. I walked up on stage and when I got near, I slapped Rock harder than a pimp without fear. He cried, it's a joke, he thinks it's not fair. But man, you can't talk about my wife with no hair. I returned to my seat after slapping a hater and yelled, "Fuck it, Chris." And then minutes later, I looked at my Oscar. I was finally here, but I hope the Academy has me back next year.
All right, we're going to do something revolutionary. When we come back on Be Thinking Presents, talk about something that's not Will Smith and Chris Rock.
Yay!
Clear. All right. So double dip there for you, Nick. You wanted the replay. You got the replay. And Empowers actually is getting canceled on his Facebook as we speak for saying pimp slap.
Which I defended, by the way. Pimp is a compliment. So that person to me is the one that's wrong. I dress like a pimp all the time. People call me pimping all the time. You see my suits. I dress in all gold.
Yes.
Cheetah from the feet up. Looking good.
Oh, that was something I was going to. That's a whole nother topic.
What, my Instagram hat?
No, that was going to be a whole nother segment that I wanted to. I was hoping Mari would come in today. And unfortunately, her grandmother passed away. So there's family in town. She has to do the funerals. And that's why Mari's not in. And we only have a few more opportunities to have Mari in because she's about to pop. She's about to have her second son. But she should hopefully be in next week. And I wanted to bring up because you always get surprised and offended when people misconstrue your sexuality. But at the same time, it's like, do you ever see your outfits that you wear? It's like, how can they not just assume it's Liberace? I mean, you got flair, You got style. And I understand you're not just wearing that to go to the grocery store.
What?
Let me pull up his Instagram so you guys get a fresh reminder of what's going on here. So this is Powers. He worked this weekend at the Oro Valley Spring Festival.
Yes, Festival of the Arts. It was a nice time.
Yeah, look, and you know what? My girlfriend and I complimenting your setup. Very nice setup. It was awesome. In fact, very professional. He brought out his comic book mobile, and if I was walking around the Oro Valley Spring Festival, I would absolutely have stopped by your setup, whether I knew you or not, because I was just like, oh yeah, this looks fun, and it was very nice, and it looks like a lot of work was put into it.
Yeah.
Yes, and then you got the guy who is the cheerleader of the section. Let's see, is it in stories?
Which thing?
Your all gold outfit here.
Well, I didn't wear all gold this weekend. That was weekends ago. I wore the comic book suit, but I wore the gold hat.
Oh, so this,
I just wore that gold hat.
right. Okay, this is the outfit and the setup, and
Yeah.
this is
Glorious. Glorious.
so you get surprised when people assume that you're gay. I would be more surprised when you're wearing this. I would be more surprised that people think you're not wearing that outfit.
Huh?
Okay, I'm just gonna say it. I'm like trying to be. I'm saying this as a friend.
Go ahead.
Okay, and I love you.
Sure.
Okay, that's precursor.
It's a
So
very
now-
gay hat.
So now I can say the hat is so flaming, dude.
Oh, it's absurd.
Yeah.
The thing is this, though. I don't get upset when people think this.
Right.
I
Or
get
surprised.
That's
No,
not even that.
not
I get upset when I go, I'm not. And they're like, yeah, you are. And I'm like, no. Here's the thing about being gay. I can do all that. I wear a rainbow suit. I can do whatever I want. The only thing that makes you gay is having gay sex and liking men.
I
Other
guess-
than that, I don't care if I dance, wear makeup, sing, have all the fun in the world.
Let me stop you there because you're gonna get canceled.
Why?
You don't have to have sex with a guy to be gay. There's
Oh,
all
you know what I
different.
mean? I mean, for me
orientations. Yeah.
specifically. I'm
There
talking
you
about
go.
me specifically. We can't go
Yes.
for everybody.
Okay, for you specifically.
Yes.
Okay,
That's
fair.
it. So don't come at me telling me that I don't know who I am, or telling me that no, that's not true, or throwing your stereotypes at me because I'm wearing a cape.
Yeah, watch out, Powers. Shadow Ravers, they're gonna come for you next. Shadow Rave. We might come after you next.
Well, that
But-
was because I said I look pimping.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but yeah, very nice. The setup was good. In fact, actually, you post pictures of that. I mean, I think you might be gay for this dog, dude.
So I am pretty gay with this dog.
Yeah.
See you. Oh, darling, hello. How are you doing? Oh, the boop. Oh, my God. I'm boop. Oh, another boop. Oh, my being boop. It's too many boop. Oh, my God. It's so much fun. I love it the most. And best friend. Besides me.
Wait for the lady at the end.
Know each other?
Oh,
Know each other? And I shoot at this look.
Yeah. No, I
So-
don't. I was just assaulted by this dog.
Yeah. And by the
This-
way, notice in there, it's just a regular hat. Like I put on the funny hat, because you're dressing up for a minute. Like it's a lot of different nonsense because you're a character. I do the puppets too.
I get it. I know.
It's super fun.
I'm just saying, it's like it makes sense to me when people are like, oh, so I know this guy that'd be perfect for you, and you'd be like, wait a second, no, that's not my type, and they're like, what? But your jacket screams this guy would be perfect for you, right? But it
Yeah.
is character, it is entertainer. So yeah.
Let me
Well,
tell
that-
you something, because here's the other thing about it. There's a part of it's like, yeah, I wish I was gay. It'd be a lot easier, I guess. And also, like, wouldn't I be like the outest and proudest gay dude ever?
Mhm.
Yes. So it's obnoxious
No, I
a
know.
little bit.
Well,
you know?
that's the first reaction. I mean, when you told me that you weren't gay, I didn't hide it well. I think I went, whoa!
Well, you were blowing me at the time. It's very odd.
You're not supposed to tell people that.
Look at
That's good. That was a good one.
this.
All right, let me just strictly for our streamers here. I've been to a bad dentist before. I told that story on the air. I'm not gonna revisit that well. You ever been to a bad dentist?
Yes, a long time ago.
Okay. Well, what you're gonna see here on the stream is a guy who went to a bad dentist. He had a bad dental experience, and he got screwed over. Right? He got screwed over on his bad dental experience, and he wasn't getting the refund or whatever reason. He just wasn't happy about it. So he decided to protest the dentist. And the way that he did it was just by rocking. He went out there out in front of the dental office and played his guitar loud and proud for days with a sign letting people know his disdain for the dentist. And just here's a little bit of his shred.
This is the best. What did the sign say?
The sign says, hold on, let me pull that down because the sign said, let's see, shredding his guitar. He was upset with how he and his 14-year-old son were treated there, and they were mismanaged by the appointments, even worse, misdiagnosed. And his son and Dennis ordered surgical procedures that he didn't need. So basically double dipping, trying to get money.
Yep.
And the sign read, Western dental sucks. Straight and to the point.
Easy, good protest.
Yeah. You know, if you're trying to like let
I was
people
hoping
know.
for like maybe a punny sign or
Well, not everyone's look, his talent was not puns,
True.
but it was playing guitar
while even holding a sign.
while holding a sign. The guy was fantastic.
What
So
I wish more things like that happened. Like you mess with the wrong one, but it's the wrong one is just because like, yeah, I'm a sick metalhead, so this is what I'm going to do. Like
Yeah.
that's so funny because adults aren't the same as they used to be. Used to be a lot more squares walking around the world that followed the rules.
that is true.
Yeah,
You're absolutely right about that.
but a lot of my friends are parents now, and I love them.
All right, coming up this week on the podcast broadcast and just on the show in general, we're going to be giving away $25 gas cards starting tomorrow morning. And we're giving away Win 'Em Before You Buy 'Em tickets to Hailstorm and A Pretty Reckless. Neither of those did I get to today. So we are going to double up tomorrow and every day this week, give you opportunities to win those tickets and get a $25 gift card for your gas, which is like a quarter tank gas nowadays, which is, hey, that's better than nothing.
Yeah.
You know, I had this weird gas incident on Friday
At
trying
that
to
gas
pump.
station, yeah.
Yeah, at that one gas station, the one that just always sucks in just that location.
You know
Oracle
the one.
Grant. Yeah, it was basically air farting into my gas tank
Yeah.
and not filling it up. It was brutal. So I just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah.
I usually have like pre-recorded clips, and I do, but I don't have any I want to share with you right now. You know, our morning moron. I didn't upload any of this. We've been so focused on recording this Fresh Prince thing and talking about Will Smith. Here's stuff that I didn't get to today. Did you know that a study found that you should criticize your coworkers more?
What was that? If study shows that what?
You should criticize your coworkers more.
You should criticize everybody more.
Yeah, but you know, I'm going to bring this up to Austin. Yeah, it's legit. But the study found that coworkers might actually like to hear your thoughts on how bad they are at their job, as long as it's quote unquote constructive.
Yeah.
Right. So that's where I fuck up because I'm like, dude, you fucking suck. And people don't like hearing that. And you're like, oh, no, I'm sorry. You suck at your job. And like, no, you're not doing it right. Oh, okay. You don't try at all. And you work like a third grader. Nope, that's not constructive. You guys say, actually, you know what? I don't think I know how to do constructive criticism. I think I just go straight for like pulling the Band-Aid and going for the suckage. Give me an example of constructive criticism.
Well, it seems that you need to work on your promptness, and really organizational skills would help you be on time and really fulfill the mission that I'm trying to complete here on the radio program. And it would be beneficial to the group and synergy if you could do your best to be better at what you are not good at.
Constructively, I hear you. I feel like it was too long-winded.
Yeah.
And I feel like it could have been more constructive and to the point, and then stretch it out. So like you lumbered me.
That was in there a little bit.
Lumberg was quick and to the point. I need another TPS report. Talking about office space. And then walk away. So, all right. But yeah, they say if it's something major, we're even less likely to speak up. But we even let dumb stuff slide. For example, less than 3% of the people in the study told a researcher that they had a smudge on their face, even though it was clearly visible.
See, and that is, you got to be a good friend. I've gotten home from hanging out with friends, and then you get home, right? And you go to the bathroom, you look in the mirror, and it's like, oh, there's I have messaged friends and I'm like, did I have like a boogie hanging out the whole time? I don't want to say anything. You're horrible.
Yeah.
You got to tell your friends like, yo, you got a thing right there.
Right.
That's all.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yep. With work feedback, they say there's an easy way to decide if you should speak up. Just ask yourself, what or would I want them to be honest with me if the roles were reversed? Right.
Yeah, but people aren't honest with themselves, so they wouldn't be
Okay.
trapped.
Yeah.
Trapped.
Mm-hmm. Here's something I didn't get to today, but I found super interesting. Dolphins are more like humans than we thought. Right. Every single day we know that they sexually assault, which is not good. They get high, which is cool, funny. But they also use wingmen to find their partners.
Oh, smart.
Yeah. And the most popular ones get the most sex. So you'll have like the alpha dolphin and have a couple Lenny and Squiggies right beside them. And then that's how they seduce female dolphins in the ocean. It's a legit study that they came across. So
Makes sense.
does it?
Yes. I'm not sure if you noticed.
8
but
seconds.
some pretty girls hang out with fat girls.
Oh, so you're trying to get all types of
I'm
cancel
not.
today.
That's not me saying that.
Legitimately, I'm rubbing
I'm
off
not.
on you in the wrong way.
No.
It's Rock 102.1 KFMA here with super offensive Powers.
How dare you?
And it's time for your celebrity rag mag news. Powers came up with the title of this segment because he's super offensive.
I'm not.
After undergoing an emergency heart procedure, WWE star and behind the scenes executive Triple H is retiring from in-ring action. You heard about this? What are your thoughts on this, Powers?
Let me quickly ask the Macho Man.
Oh no, it's a little bit of macho sadness.
Do you think it's because years of potential steroid abuse?
He admitted he was in steroids when he was young. You
There
don't
you
got to
go.
pretend like
Right.
the
And
back needs a clue.
yes, right. So we've seen this, and
Yeah.
obviously it led to the demise of Eddie Guerrero and countless other professional wrestlers far
Yes.
too young. Now, Triple H was in a position of financial stability and having the best doctors in the world where he was able to catch it and save his life. But he probably has an enlarged heart and things.
Well,
Is
no,
that
he-
safe to assume?
He said he has he does have an enlarged heart, but not as enlarged. It's an athlete's heart. It's common. A lot of athletes do have a slightly larger heart, but it wasn't just that. And it is having to do with the drugs in the past, but also we're all different human beings. We're all wired a different way.
Mhm.
You know, a person's heart that can just go awry. And it seems like that's some of what happened, some of his past, because some of you may not know, Triple H is completely clean, never drinks, doesn't
Yeah.
do drugs, but he did use steroids back when he was younger. We
Right.
see a lot of these people that have used steroids aplenty and they're still kicking just fine. So it's also just something that has to do with us.
All
just as
right.
people.
So if you're looking to see Triple H hit the ring during WrestleMania weekend, don't, because he is done on that. In MMA news, Jake Paul says he wants an MMA fight with Conor McGregor, not a boxing match, but an MMA fight with Conor McGregor. I say yes, please make this happen, and that would be something I would pay my hard-earned money on, because that I honestly think Conor would whoop his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
a death wish.
please, yes. Well, we'll see. I mean, he keeps surprising people. Two more things real quick. Britney Spears says watching Euphoria helps her anxiety, while watching Euphoria gave Powers anxiety. So that makes a lot of sense with Britney Spears. She's just like Bizarro World.
Yeah.
She watches the craziest stuff just to calm down because she's so mental,
Yeah.
allegedly. And finally, Joe Elliott of Def Leppard says that calling Def Leppard hair metal is lazy journalism. And I'll tell you what, I agree.
Yeah.
That's why I called Def Leppard butt rock.
There you go.
Clear. All right, and we have time for just beef tip, and then we'll be wrapping things up. There was a debate. People argue on the internet about everything, but they're arguing about bread. So the internet was arguing about bread.
What now?
Oh, just what the best bread is. Like, what's your favorite bread?
I have Caucasian bread. I don't want to offend anybody.
Oh, okay, okay. That is pretty offensive when you say Caucasian, though.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah,
It's just the way I say it, I think.
yeah. So,
so, what
so
happened with
white bread is
Yeah.
your.
I have sourdough.
Ugh, you know what?
Sourdough's good.
Sourdough is good, but it's not the best.
Jewish
I said, what's
rye?
the best bread?
Jewish rye with the seeds.
You're mental. I'm just arguing.
What do you
for the sake of
mean?
arguing. I am a big fan of sourdough bread, and so is the internet. Number one answer on the board was
Yeah?
sourdough bread. Oh
There
yeah,
you go.
big time. It was BuzzFeed that conducted this poll. They found that sourdough is the number one type of bread. 93% of people like toast, and 74% of people do like the bread crust. Do like it. Well,
This is the worst poll I've ever heard.
26
Stop talking.
26% of people are giant children. I'm gonna do
the thing that you do. Nobody cares. How about that? Nobody cares about bread.
No, in fact, actually, our streaming numbers went up as soon as I mentioned bread. So there you go.
It's because they think you talk about
Eric,
money.
Eric can't even eat rice. So the fact that you brought it up was offensive to Eric. So good morning, Eric. Good to see you on the stream.
Sorry.
All right. What'd you say?
I said, sorry, Eric.
Yeah.
Nobody likes me after eats sock. Eric's going to cancel me. That's how I've offended him. I've said rye bread.
You did.
That's on me.
I know.
I wasn't taking one's bread consideration.
100% on you. There's some other Academy Awards stuff here. Of course, Taylor Hawkins passed away. We talked about Taylor earlier this morning. Played a little clip of his performance at the Innings Music Festival in Tempe, which happened to be the last United States performance of Taylor and Foo Fighters. Now, here's a big $1 million question we didn't even bring up, but will the Foo Fighters cancel the rest of their tour for the rest of the year, foreseeable future? When will the Foo Fighters be back on stage? Because obviously they're going to be heartbroken. They are heartbroken, not going to be devastated by this. This was sudden. There's no way. I don't see any way that they're just going to shake it off and do a show next week. They're pretty much canceling the shows.
Right. I mean, how do you? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also, you can't just replace a guy like he was a unique talent as well, I assume. You know, it's not just you're going to replace a guy. Everyone sounds a little different when you get a new guy in Metallica or you get a new band member. So that's important. It's adding someone to the family. They're not going to do that in a week.
Exactly. So tour dates canceled. I'm Googling that right now. They canceled their Colombia concert. They cancel South America, but no New Zealand announcement yet.
And how far away is that one?
You know what? Honestly, they've been working hard. So I figured they were kind of basically going on and off tour for the entire year.
Okay.
And because also coming out of pandemic, this is their time to kind of get back out there.
Yeah.
So not only for the sake of them wanting to play, but there's a big machine behind Foo Fighters. A lot of people need to make money. So I'm sure that was all encouraged. Like, you got to get out there. You're one of the biggest bands in the world. We got to generate that revenue. Boom, boom, boom. So they're just like, here, you got 3 weeks here, 2 weeks off, 3 weeks here, 3 weeks off, stuff like that. So with all this, they canceled their F1 Dubai. No, that was last year. That was for medical reasons. So no word yet. I mean, obviously everything's still fresh, but I would say it's safe to assume that there's festivals that Foo Fighters are announced coming up in the summertime that they're not going to do. They got to cancel because I don't see them moving on that quickly and replacing Taylor. They as far as just the drumming aspect, I'm sure they have a couple drummers that they work with that could easily just go in and fill that role.
Yeah.
And it is kind of the best way to continue to honor, the life and memory of Taylor. And they could definitely make it a point each and every show.
Yeah. Well, that even him, you wouldn't want him to stop. It's that sort of thing. It's the way certain wrestlers say, like, I want to die in the ring. It's like, you actually don't, because that's tragic.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to die young and leave an excellent corpse, that sort of thing. It sucks. But he doesn't want them
50
to stop.
isn't that young.
No, yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Well, I mean, it's young. Yeah. But
like, that's, especially as we go on, like 50 is young now. I mean, it is. Like, look at modern times.
Okay. Point made. Continue, though. I didn't mean to branch you off on your point.
I lost that at the point.
Well, that's
your fault.
Well, okay. That's the thing. It's like, you don't have to go in the 10 reasons why 50 is still young. Be like, no, I disagree. Okay. Back to your point. But yes, Roadrunners this Friday. Cheap seats. Code word is Lazo, Lazo. Let's streamers. Let's party big time. It's going to be a good time. Looking forward to it. So, and then afterwards we'll grab a drink or three. So I'll be super excited about that. Celebrate that. So I know Manny, Nick, and Anthony planning to hold down the cheap seat section. Everybody on the stream, you're welcome to join us. So it'll be a good celebration of the show and just another successful week. Hopefully, knock on wood, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we started off the week with a Rapping Powers. I don't know how you can start it off better than that.
Oh, you're gonna get the Wild Wild West version. You're gonna get the Men in Black version.
No,
you're gonna
you just ruined it. Going Wild Wild West immediately.
The worst.
It.
I said Men in Black earlier. You I got. What other times has he done a song? I don't remember.
Those are the 2 times.
Those are the 2 times.
Yeah,
he never did a third.
No, Wild Wild West killed it.
So funny.
Yeah, legitimately. So yeah, Lazo, Lazo. All right, we got 14 seconds. Gonna end it with a beef tip. And you know what? Fuck you, Will Smith. I mean, I didn't want to have my whole show talk about you, my whole podcast talk about you. And I've been a lifelong fan of Chris Rock.
On something. He's definitely on something, like bath salts.
Rock 102.1.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We're almost out of time, but as always, I'd like to thank everybody for listening. And of course, for watching the podcast broadcast. You can see all episodes on demand at youtube.com/beefvegan, or just follow us on social media at Rock 102.1 on Facebook, and you'll be able to see the live stream there. I was going to give you a beef tip. My beef tip goes out to Will Smith directly, and only Will Smith, it's a joke, not a D. Don't take it so hard. You know what I mean? Even if your wife is taking D so hard, I'm trying to cancel myself right now so hard. Look, I didn't mean to dedicate this entire show to Will Smith. I'm upset because all the preparation and work and things I was excited to share about our weekend adventures and a tribute to Taylor Hawkins and everything was all sidetracked and derailed by Will Smith smacking Chris Rock. Right now, we had a lot of people weigh in, say Team Will Smith. You don't disrespect the man's wife. Absolutely. You don't. And those are fighting words. But what Chris Rock said and did was not disrespect. It was jokes in an entertainment setting. And that's what I believe. And I stand by that. And it wasn't disrespect. In fact, he even kind of walked it back after he said it. And he's like, it's just a little one. It's just a little one. Meant no offense. So Will Smith's reaction not only took away from the event as a whole, but took away from his biggest accomplishment of his life. And that is winning the Oscar for A Job Well Done, King Richard. It's a fantastic movie and fantastic performance. So my tip is that being crazy in love is not the excuse to act crazy. No matter how much you love somebody, if you love them and they want you to do something bad that might be detrimental to your own health or safety or future or well-being, you might end up locking you up in jail. Well, then that's not a love that you might want. You want. It's actually more detrimental to be in love with said person. It could ruin your life. And love has ruined people's lives time and time again. And I get it. The craziest ones are the best in bed. Those are the ones that grip your soul. Their hooks are so in. I get it. You want to do that because you love it so much, only because it's so unpredictable and mental. And it makes you feel all different types of emotions, highs and lows. But when that love makes you act out in a way that is not only affecting you, but physically hurting other people, doing their job, then that's a love you don't need in your life, Will Smith. Man, and my beef tip to you is get single, son. It's time for you to get some of that Hollywood strange. And guess what? You just got an Oscar, and chicks love guys with Oscars.
Yeah, plus you look real tough. Although Chris Rock might do better because chicks dig scars.
There you go.
I gotta say, it's really good.
We're out of time.
That was your best beef tip.
Oh, thank you.
Ever.
All right. Well, that's all the time we have for today. So we'll end it on that high praise from Powers. Tomorrow morning, we'll give away tickets for Hailstorm and The Pretty Reckless, and also give you gas cards because I know you're hurting at the pumps. Till then, Riley's up next. Enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, slap local. What?
When you wish upon a side of beef,
I was already playing the song in my head before.
Come and end to all your grief. But if you get mean kind of bad, I will knock out all your teeth.